Hey guys, this is Paul here from Romp Chess. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Uh, Before I actually start playing chess, I wanted to make a short video about who I am, why I'm making a YouTube channel for playing chess, and kind of the background of my journey to where I am and where I want to go. So first of all, why Romp Chess? That's kind of a funny name for a YouTube channel. Romp, ROMP, is meant to stand for Real Old Men Playing, preceded by chess. So Romp Chess is meant to mean Real Old Men Playing Chess. So I'm 61 years old. I don't really like to think of myself as an old man, but a lot of people do. My hair is a lot thinner and a lot grayer than it used to be. I've been on this planet for 61 years now, so I guess in a lot of ways I am an old man, and I wear that as a badge of honor. But in terms of my chess journey, I have two sons. One of my oldest sons, Logan, is very serious about chess. He came to me a little over a year ago, and he just asked me if I knew how to play chess, and I said, well, yeah, I know how to play chess, but I don't really consider myself a chess player. I've probably not played since I was in college, maybe high school, maybe longer than that. Um, but I do have a basic understanding of chess. I've played the game before. I don't really understand tactics or openings. I know how the pieces move, how to set up the board. That's about it. Um, I've always been kind of intrigued by chess and people who can play chess brilliantly. Um, I never really understood the what the clock was for. Uh, I had no idea, why you use a clock when you're playing chess. Uh, so my son signed up for chess.com, and he initially took his chess journey very seriously. And he also encouraged me to create a chess.com account so we could play together, and I did. And like I said, that was nearly 2 years ago. And since then, he went from a 400 elo uh, up to over 1500 in a little over a year. He's since dropped down to somewhere in the 1400s, but still, that's pretty impressive for such a short amount of time. I've not taken my chess journey nearly as seriously. I have a very busy life. Work, and I do volunteer work as well. I have a house to take care of, a yard, pets to feed. I exercise, try to take care of myself. So all that is very time consuming. So I've kind of like considered chess as something that's, yeah, it's fun, but it's not really something that I've made a priority in my life. So since I joined chess.com, I've played 20 rapid games, which is not a lot. I've won a few, lost a few, uh, and then I've typically do the daily puzzle. I've studied just a little bit, enough to understand a few basic openings. I know the difference between the Italian game and the Ruy Lopez. I follow Igor Smirnov. He's one of my favorite grandmasters to follow, and I typically watch his videos on the remote chess, and so I have a much better understanding of chess tactics than I did when I first started uh, playing a year and a half ago. I understand the importance of chess principles, develop your pieces, control the center, castle, which is, a huge step forward from where I was before I joined chess.com. When I joined chess.com, I probably didn't even understand what castling is. I didn't understand chess notations, and I sure didn't understand, what en passant is. And a lot of times now, even though I understand en passant, I typically miss it. And so those are all weaknesses that I want to address. So thinking back to the time when I first learned to play chess, I was probably in elementary school age, maybe, I don't know, maybe 10 years old. I can definitely remember playing in elementary school. It would not have been my chess set. It would have been a chess set that someone else probably brought to school. And I think more than likely one of my brothers probably taught me to play chess, probably my older brother, but I'm not sure about that. So I want to do just a little show and tell, just to kind of let you know what my background in chess is. So if you can see this is actually not my chess set. I think this is my wife's chess set. And this chess set is probably 40 years old, 50 years old. It was probably bought at just like a local retail store. To look at the pieces, it's got the board. It kind of like folds out. Some of you might have like one of these chess boards at home, just kind of like cardboard, folds out, and it's actually in pretty good shape to be as old as it is. The pieces are just little cheap, lightweight plastic playing pieces, but they're all there. And I think probably when I first started dating my wife, we probably played a couple of games of chess at one time or another. And knowing her, she's pretty competitive, so she probably beat me. But something that's even more interesting, when I was in college, I was an industrial arts major. I graduated from Berea College in Berea, Kentucky. It's a small liberal arts school in 1986. And so probably would have been my junior year in college. I took a metals class, a machine shop class, and we were required to do a final project. And I decided to make a chess set for my final project, and I used aluminum and brass. And so I wanted to show you my chess set, and I still have it. So this chess set is probably 40 years old. I didn't make a chess board. I only made the pieces. So if you can see these are the pawns. So there's the aluminum. I said brass. I think it's probably copper. And so there's the copper. So there's the pawns, and I still have all the pieces. One that I'm particularly proud of, I don't even know how I machined this, but these are the knights. So there again, there's the aluminum, there's the copper. So I'll hold that a little bit closer so you can kind of like see the detail on that. Again, this would have been probably 1984 when I made these, just in a basic machine shop. Here are the rooks, and finally, oh yeah, here are the bishops. The aluminum is really light. The copper is much heavier. And something else I'll point out, I put these felt bottoms on it to make them easier to slide around on the board. Have no idea what grade I got on the project, but I don't know. I think this is A worthy. And there are the queens, if you can see that. And finally, there are the kings. So clearly, even at a younger age, even though I didn't play a lot of chess, I had definitely had an appreciation and an admiration for chess. So probably about 6 months ago, my son Logan really started encouraging me to take my chess game more seriously, my chess journey. And by that time, he had advanced his ELO from, he was probably a 1300, 1400 ELO player, and he would typically analyze my games, with me, and we would review together. And so I found that very helpful. But he said that if I would get in the habit of talking through my moves before I made them, I would make a lot fewer mistakes, and my game would really improve. And so he suggested that I make a YouTube channel and share that experience with in my YouTube channel. So that's the objective of this YouTube channel, is to go from my current ELO rating up to, who knows, see how high I can go. My goal is my immediate goal is to get to 1,000. So if I can make 1,000 ELO, hopefully by the end of the year, I would feel like that I've really made a lot of progress. Something else that I'll mention is when I play chess, I tend to feel a lot of anxiety when I play. And I don't know why, because when I play on chess.com, I'm usually playing against, total strangers that I don't know. I'll never see them again. And a lot of times, even if I'm just playing a bot on chess.com, I'll still feel a lot of anxiety. So I feel like on a personal level, that's something that I need to address and get beyond. But I wanted to share my stats with you just a little bit. So I'm currently a 468 in my rapid play. I've been as high as 520. So I feel like I have a lot of room for improvement. I feel like I'm a lot better than a 468 player. And when I look at my chess.com insights, first thing that I notice is I've won 60% of my games. I've played 20. I've won 12. I've lost 8. And then if I go down and look at my openings, I've played everything from the Ruy Lopez to the French defense. I typically open with e4. But I've played the Caracal defense, the French defense, the Philidor. I've played the Scotch game, Sicilian, Vienna game, Pierce defense. And looking at my move quality, I've never made a brilliant move, which I know is very elusive. So that's one of my goals, to, at least from time to time, to be able to make a brilliant move. And what's very discouraging is out of all my moves that I've made on chess.com in my rapid games, 43 of my moves, which is 8%, have been blunders. So if I feel like that if I can just like improve on my blunder ratio, that my rating will increase rapidly. Also, my accuracy when I win is typically around 70%. actually 70.8. When I lose, my accuracy is 64.5. So I feel like if I can get my accuracy up to at least the mid 70s or closer to 80%, that I'll win a lot more of my games. So, having said that, that's about it for now. That's a little bit about who I am and where I've been and where I want to go. So be sure to hit the like and subscribe, and I'll be playing some chess soon. But before I go, I wanted to share a dad joke with you. It's early April, and I live in Western North Carolina in the United States. And we have a lot of pollen in the air at this time of year. And I don't suffer from allergies personally, but I know a lot of people do. So my joke is, what do you give a dog who has allergies? A chew toy. So I guess that's a good time to cut it off. So hope to see you guys in episode 2.